On today's episode, we are talking about leading with confidence and developing leadership skills for success. We are here on Game Changers today with Lara Murphy from Calgary Wild FC. Check out this exciting episode. We will see you then. Welcome to Game Changers, where winning isn't just about score. It's about invaluable lessons learned along the way. Join me, Robin Finley, as we delve into the parallels between sports and business. Remember, we never lose. We either win or we learn. Thanks for joining us again. Last episode, we talked about sports and leadership. This episode, we're back with Lara Murphy. We are talking today about developing leadership skills. We'll get right after it with our first question. How do you recognize leadership potential?
It's a great question. Number one for me is individuals that take responsibility and not just credit. I would say secondly, individuals that are calm in chaos and people that will put their hand up and say, what else can I do?
Definitely, yeah, those are huge factors. You talk about responsibility. I think the overlying word with all of that would be accountable. So I think that's super important to get people who do those things. So what happens when you don't find anybody in the company? Like, is there any way you're using to develop your high potentials?
Yeah, I think that everybody evolves as a leader or in their particular job at a different pace. So recognizing where people are and really trying to foster their growth and learning and getting to know individuals so that you see that and you can really instill that belief in that there is potential and there might be some bumps along the way, maybe confidence issues, whatever it is. But if you work with people and build that trust and the ability for them to feel the confidence in themselves, it's incredible. I've seen some people that initially I wasn't sure about that journey and how would they rise to the top, so to speak. And it takes time with certain people. Others they step right in and they're able to go. And so much just comes down to how we're raised, the exposure we've had, and quite frankly, opportunity. And I think if you can really provide that and be willing to work with people, it'll evolve in a way that is conducive to their own growth, but also to your team or company's growth.
Yeah, I think, as someone who's gone through the leadership journey yourself, from being a young athlete to being a business owner and doing those at the same time, confidence is super key. You think about that for professional athletes, right? We all hear about them going through their slumps, and we all know they got the skills and the training, but a lot of times it's the confidence that shuts them down. But we'll jump on to our next question. So what are some of the roadblocks you've seen in training new leaders?
Yeah, I think the number one would be, I would say, and this was even something for myself that took a while to learn, it's learning to ask for help. So a lot of times, again, people are afraid or maybe their pride gets in the way, but if you can ask a teammate or someone in business, a colleague, hey, can you help me with this? And nowadays there's, more water cooler talk than there was through COVID.
Exactly.
And we have ChatGPT and different tools that can assist us. And there's so many programs and information, YouTube videos, associations in which we can be part of. And it's really a matter of gaining the confidence so you can move forward. But I would say, those would be probably my top picks.
Yeah, I think our next question is talking about how do you eliminate those roadblocks. Yeah, you touched on a lot of good ones there. It's fostering that environment where they feel okay to ask for help too. And I think sometimes that's a personality trait people either have or they don't. But yeah, we talked earlier about the confidence. I think that's a big key part too. We'll skip ahead to our next question. So what leadership skills do you think are overrated in your opinion?
Ooh, that's a good one. There are several. I think, we were talking in a different episode about the School of Hard Knocks and certainly navigating business at times can be quite exhausting. And so you can slip into old patterns and habits and ways in which you may or may not have the softest touch at times. So, there's a few, but I think that those lessons are really important as you move forward and drawing those out in people and looking at ways in which you can eliminate the roadblocks as such.
Yeah, I think we're really in a very golden age of leadership for certain people in certain age brackets where some people like us, I think you're younger than I am, but had some hard knocks lessons along the way, but have also evolved enough to know how to deal with different personality types. We're sort of very well trained. I think we'll see how the future goes, because some of the newer up and coming leaders will maybe not have been exposed to the hard knocks lessons that we have had, but maybe that's good, maybe it's not. We'll see how things change.
I agree, and just that relatability and working with people, and I think when you're in school, sometimes the group projects were the ones that you would get the biggest sigh of, oh gosh, here we go again. But as you move into work life, those become so important, and it's a way in which you can really contribute. So just having that ability to interact with humans, and there's so much screen time nowadays that I think we're losing a little bit of that, and I really try to instill that, and when you're in meetings, or just be present and try to work through what that is, and learn and relate to individuals and people and find the commonality, but also express joy in the differences and have the conversations around what makes us different, because that's what makes the world go around. It would be a pretty boring place if we were all the same.
Wasn't it interesting that, people always had this sort of collective sigh about the group project and not wanting to do them, but then those are the things that probably really shine and come through in your business life, is that you do have to work together. And again, it goes back to the team aspect of sports. All my guests so far have been team type players. So that's, I think, a really key important part of it. That wraps up today's episode with Lara Murphy. Lara, please tell us where we can reach you.
Sure. We're at Calgary Wild FC on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and Facebook.
Thanks for watching the episode. We've got one more exciting episode left here with Lara Murphy. Next one, we will be talking about personal leadership development. Can't wait to see you next time on Game Changers. As we wrap another empowering episode of Game Changers, join me, Robin Finley, next time as we continue to unlock the secrets of success through sports and business. Remember, whether you win or learn, every moment is an opportunity.